Hi, this is your Chief Science Officer, Brazos Minshew. Welcome to Wellness Talks. Today we're going to talk about a very familiar subject, but we're going to talk about it in a new way. Rather than talking about illness and disease, what we need to be discussing is optimum wellness. Isn't that true? I mean, isn't really the goal to feel our best every single day? Well, today we're going to be talking about the thyroid and the function of the thyroid and how we can test ourselves, measure ourselves, and really work with our own thyroid in our own body until we can achieve that optimum energy production. Because you know that's what the thyroid does. It helps us convert nutrients into energy. But let's talk a little bit about the thyroid gland itself. The thyroid lives right here in the bottom of your throat. It's a very interesting looking little gland. It looks kind of like a butterfly wrapped around your throat right in here. And its main job is to help us convert the foods we eat into the energy that we need. It's so interesting about protein conversion. You know, when we eat protein in our diet, how do we get that out to our muscles, into our heart, into our brain? Well, that's the domain of the thyroid gland. It takes the protein and packages it in such a way that it can deliver it into our muscles, into our heart, into our other organs, and into our brain. A very interesting study that was conducted on children. Now, children, we figure, are going to have pretty healthy thyroid glands, true? So what we did was we gave some of them a high-protein breakfast, and then we measured their brain function. They did great. The others we gave a high-carbohydrate breakfast. They didn't do so well because the thyroid didn't have any protein to send to their brain. Well, we made the assumption that the kids had great thyroids and had all the nutrients they needed. But then we went on and did another study by giving them nutrients. We gave them a multi-nutrient complex. Now, you know, you could be taking a multi-nutrient complex every day. And if you do, your brain's going to function a whole lot better. Here's what we found. Even with a high-protein breakfast, the brains of these children function better when we also gave them a multi-nutrient complex. Why is that? Well, there are a lot of nutrients that help your brain function better because they help your thyroid function better, and it can deliver now the protein to your brain. That's very interesting, isn't it? Most of the nutrients are called phytonutrients, phyto meaning plant. So foods that come from a plant base, nutrients that come from a plant base are the best ones for your thyroid and therefore for your brain, the best ones for helping us create energy. Also, there are a number of B vitamins that are critically important. These are found in our sublingual B12 supplement, the nutrients we need for a healthy, energetic brain. Back to energy for just a moment. You know, the word metabolism is a very interesting word. It comes from Greek. In the Greek language, metabolism was what they would say when they would take wood and burn it in a fireplace to create heat. It describes the process of turning a fuel into energy. Well, that's what digestion is, true? So our metabolism is about turning the things that we eat every day into the fuel, the energy that we need to have an energetic life. And that's where the thyroid gland comes in. Now, the thyroid takes stored energy and converts it to usable energy. That's called thyroid conversion. But some things can block thyroid conversion, like trauma and toxins and deficiencies and stress. They can block our thyroid and keep it from turning fuel into energy. And that's why when our thyroid gland is low, we feel very unenergetic. It's also measurable because when your body converts fuel into energy, it produces heat. So we can take our temperature, put a thermometer in our mouth, and find out where we're 98.6 or 37 C. If we can reach those temperatures, we know we have basically a normal metabolism. But what if it's too low? If our temperature is too low, it indicates we're not able to properly convert our fuel into energy. And we need to take some extra nutrients to make sure that we're getting everything we need to facilitate that conversion. So we take things like our sublingual B12. Also, the best nutrients for the thyroid gland are phytonutrients, and it just so happens they're the ones that we put into Energy Now. It's interesting, isn't it? Energy Now and sublingual B12 being the perfect elements to help us have optimum thyroid function. And once again, we can measure that because we measure it by the temperature that our body produces. But what if we're having some issues with thyroid conversion? Well, we can tell if our conversion is a little bit low because our basic temperature is going to be a little bit low. And we can take the nutrients we need, like sublingual B12 and Energy Now, and then also we can do some better exercises, maybe some more weight training. We can pick up our diet and improve our sleep. all the things that we know we need to be doing anyway, true? So we can do those to bring up our metabolism, but sometimes there's a disparity between our oral temperature and our peripheral temperature, and that's governed by our thyroid conversion. So here's what we do. In the morning, first thing, before you do anything else, measure your oral temperature and then measure the temperature in your armpit, your axillary temperature, right? Put the thermometer in your armpit and look at the difference between the two. If there's a degree of difference, that's okay, that's acceptable. But if your temperature is more than a degree different, or if your temperature is too low altogether, take your nutrients, do some more exercise, and take a look into how you can bring that optimum energy production up as measured by your body temperature. And then we know that you're going to have the very best energy, both physically and mentally, to get through your day and do the very important things that you know you need to be doing. We have to remember, although we have so many different tools that we can use, our nutrients and the nurturing that we find in the people around us that love us, that health comes from healthy habits practiced every single day. So we can now decide what our metabolism should be by doing our temperature measurement. We can set our goal for optimum wellness, and we have supplements that we can use like Super B and Energy Now to help us pick up that metabolism. And we have other supplements that we can use like our adaptogens to help us resist stress that actually slows our metabolism down. So that's your new assignment. Take your temperature, decide what you need to do for your own metabolism, and let's have an optimum wellness day.